Right, look, okay, jury's going to probably be out on me for saying this, and all you West Ham fans will point guns to me, Ed, and probably dislike this video, probably disown me temporarily for saying what I'm about to say, but I want you all just to listen up. I know that we've just lost 3-1 to Spurs, and I am recording this very late at night again because I've had a busy Sunday straight after the game, but listen to me, people. This actually is a result that I can live with, given what we achieved this week. If I had to pick between beating Sevilla and beating Spurs, I'd choose beating Sevilla. Of course, I'd like to have won both, but sometimes football doesn't work like that. And to be honest, against Spurs, I think we put in actually an alright shift. We weren't awful, but, you know, certain player is going to be a hot topic in this video because of what he did in the first half. But let me start off by summarising the score. It finished Tottenham Hotspur 3, West Ham United 1 at the London Stadium on Derby Day. And I don't think we were awful, really. I think it just wasn't our day. It just wasn't going right for us at all. Players looked a bit shattered because they'd ran their asses off on Thursday night, and I'm glad and I'm proud of them all for running their asses off on Thursday night. Maybe Sunday's game was a little bit too much for everyone, but, you know, that's just my thoughts. Start off with the team lineups. Let's talk about the big news. Arthur Masuaku was in, and initially it looked like a 5 at the back, but I didn't know if that was going to be the case because Masuaku seemed to be training with the wingers, and it did look like a 5 at the back kind of system as well. I was a bit confused as to what it was, but Fornals was dropped. Maybe Fornals would run himself down a bit. I don't know. I would like to have seen Vlasic start a game because I think he needs to and deserves to. But I'd stick with the manager's choices. Masuaku had a big test up against a tough Spurs team. It only took 8 minutes for Spurs to take the lead. And one thing was so common in that first half. Spurs were deliberately exploiting the left-hand side of the field because they knew that Masuaku was there and that he can't defend. I don't even know what Masuaku offers anymore to our club. He just exists. That's it. He just exists. He doesn't really do much when he's on the field. 8 minutes in, I think it came as a bit of a shock and something that shocked West Ham's system. Especially when West Ham was trying to get on top in the game. But what was it? Awful defending. Awful defending. You cannot let Spurs have space. I know we slag them off and everyone says they get battered everywhere they go, but you can't let Spurs have the space, or any team for that matter. Otherwise, any team who does that is going to punish you and break on you. Unfortunately, despite Son Heung-min's best attempts to claim this goal, it turned out it was a Kurt Zouma own goal. Came off Zouma last. I don't think there was much Zouma could have done about that, and it was kind of unfortunate. Son was the one who forced the error. Antonio hit wide straight after that to try and respond. He had a low shot which went across the goal. But, you know, we see that way too often from him. I think he could have passed it in the box and maybe created more options, but he didn't do that. And from that point onwards, Antonio dropped an absolute stinker of a game. He was good in his last 2 or 3 games, and he went back to being absolutely crap again today. Maybe he was run ragged as well. That's the only real explanation I think we can offer. Both teams gave the ball away a lot, you know, and that was another thing. Everyone just gave the ball away. Then West Ham had a massive let-off, okay? Kulusevski runs, he exploits the defence again. He's tearing Masuaku to bits. Cresswell doesn't help much either. Gets into Son, and Son's off the post. Fabianski went and dived the wrong way, and Son still hit the post. Massive let-off. Could have been 2-0 before you know it. And just when we thought it wasn't going to be 2-0, it was 2-0. Again, defending was so horrific on this. Fabianski didn't move too much for a start. Space to move and pass the ball, just too easy. Son scored the goal. Fabianski had a bit of a stinker of a game as well because his distribution and his attempts to save balls were crap at times. He didn't really help us out that much. We had West Ham to get a response in this, and they did. 2-1, and no surprises, this came from a set piece. Before the set piece was taken, I just want to make a note of something that was in the corner. There was a man holding a sign saying, Kurt Zouma shags cats, excuse my language, and someone with a little cat. Someone please come and get your adult son, sit him down in a little corner, and have a little wee word with him about that. You are a grown man. And just for football fans in general, stop doing this North American thing where you bring cardboard signs to games saying, hey, Harry Kane, please can I have your shirt? Or stuff like that. Because it's just absolutely stupid, and you're not getting his shirt. It's probably going to be covered in all his dribble. So, no, that's a bit grim. Corner comes in. Dawson flicks it on with the head. Ben Rama strikes it in low from a narrow angle. It's 2-1. Spurs were just comfortable. At half-time came, Spurs were comfortable. West Ham were just reactive. Having to go 2-0 down to get a goal is reactive. But let's talk about the main thing in that first half. Get Masuaku the hell off the pitch. Get him off. Get him off. He was at fault for the first goal. He didn't really do much for the second goal. Masuaku and Zouma dropped really bad performances in that defence. That was Zuma's worst game in a West Ham shirt for a long time. In fact, probably the first time for us. He just didn't look up to it. Dawson was our only decent defender, not at least because he got an assist. Ben Rama had a little bit of fun in the second half. He mugged off Spurs and tried to dribble past a few players, and then lost the ball, resulting in a Spurs counter-attack. Fabianski had to deny Harry Kane. Ben Cantor was the player who made that happen, who made that move happen straight from the dispossession. Then something awful happened, and my thoughts and prayers have to go out to the family of Son Heung-min here. Oh dear. He got touched by the ball that rolled onto him, and he just dropped to the ground. He dropped to the ground, which was absolutely pathetic. No wonder people hate Spurs so much. There was pitch invaders, and I think it was that Hugh Fernley-Whittinstall cook-looking geezer, Andy Warhol wannabe bloke, that from Insulate Britain. Again, him running onto the pitch trying to tie his neck around the goalpost. Like, what are you people doing? And you're not even getting paid to do it, so you're wasting your time, my friend. You want exposure. Go outside, take your clothes off in public. That is exposure. You people are not getting exposure from me. I tell you that. I just looked at the guy with the glass and the curly. I said, Andy Warhol's come back from the dead. Like, what? Just to tie his neck around a goalpost. Your mum, mate, just, the protesters from Insulate Britain who came into that game and tried to protest it on the pitch, your mum did not carry you in her stomach for 9 months just for you to do that and embarrass yourself on national TV. So please do yourself a favour and don't do it again. Okay, just some advice from the anvil. Let's get back on track. A lot of commotion was in the box regarding Son going down. It even got VAR checked for nothing. It was just ridiculous. Cresswell managed to find a good cross across the box, and Antonio skied it. And at that point, Antonio got the hell off the pitch. Antonio Masuaku came off. Thank God Masuaku came off in this. On came Yarmolenko and Fornals. Kane threw Lanzini to the ground and didn't get punished for it. Reguilon did a couple of things which made him quite detestable. Just whines and moans. It's just something about him that I don't like, and I can't put my finger on it. But in this game, he was just being annoying. He had a COVID party with Lanzini, bear in mind. So, let's not forget that. We just couldn't get the ball back to go the other way. We couldn't do it. We just could not. We couldn't attack them. They were the ones who had the pace to get back at us. And the fact that they had the pace to obliterate our defence and get a counter-attack going within less than 20 seconds from one end of the field to the other, that's a difference maker. If we had a player if we had Bowen back, we would actually help ourselves a bit more, maybe get the ball down the field at a lot quicker rate. But we didn't have that. Lanzini came off and on came Nikola Vlasic. Vlasic didn't really do anything in the last few moments of the game. At 3-1, the game was over. It was weird, really, because I'm not sure if Dawson headed the ball straight to Son or there was a chance to win the ball and we didn't do it. But either way, Son was still played onside by Aaron Cresswell. And Son just had to go one-on-one, fired it low and hard past Fabianski, 3-1. Done. Spurs won the game. Like I say, Zouma had his worst game yet. Masuaku had to come off. Fornals, do we still even know what his best position is? I might actually make a video about that. It's giving me an idea. And Ben Rama, on the other hand, the only good player. Ben Rama put in at least an 8 out of 10. He gave it his all, and he was a machine in that midfield. Everybody else was just subpar. Ben Rama was the only bright light. Now we've got an international break coming up. We have time to rest. And some players aren't even going on the international break. So that's another good thing. And then we have to face Everton, I believe, at home. And given Everton's recent form in the Premier League, I think that's a very winnable game. But, you know, you can't say things like that these days because you've got to expect the unexpected. This Spurs result, I just want to put it past me. I don't know why. I know we've lost to a big rival, but I'm not mad about it. I really am not. And I think we just go again when we play Everton. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Aftermath. If you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Take care, everybody. And I will see you all soon.